A warm welcome to science class. Today we are going to study about polar regions. You know that we completed weather and climate, the difference between the weather and climate and all these things. Next we are going to study about the polar region. You know the climate of polar region. It's not very easy to live in polar regions. Extreme cold is there. So, can you say two animals that live in polar region? Familiar, that is polar bear. The next one is penguin. So first we can study about polar bear. So what are the adaptations of polar bear to live in a polar region? There are so much. First you can say by seeing this point, white fur. Yes, white fur. It will prevent it from seeing from predators and prey. Yes, they can't identify whether there is, because of the snowy background, whether there is polar bear or not. They can't identify. And the next one is thick layers of fur. Yes, it's got thick layers of fur. So, to survive in the cold region, they need thick layers of fur. And the next, fat under the skin. They got fat under their skin. So, fat insulates its body from cold. And to live in cold region, they need fat under their skin. And the next, strong sense of smell. Yes, to locate and catch its prey, they need a strong sense of smell. Okay, the last point, long, curved and sharp claws. To walk easily through the snow, they need long, curved and sharp claws. And these are the adaptation of polar bears. So, next we can study about the penguin, the adaptation of penguin. Next, we can study about penguin. Okay, while looking at its features, it also have white feathers, to merges with a white background. And also they have thick skin, fat under their skin. What is the use of this skin and fat? Yes, to survive this cold climate, they need thick skin. And the next one is they huddle together to keep warm. They were always, penguins are together and they huddle together to keep warm themselves. And the last one is good swimmers. They are good swimmers, not only penguins, polar bears also good swimmers. And we can say that there is only penguins and polar bears are there in polar region? No. There are foxes, seals, whales, etc. So many organisms are there in polar regions. So they have their own adaptations to live there. And do you ever heard about migration? Migrating birds from one region to another region? Here an example I will say about Siberian crane. They are coming from Siberia to India in Bharatpur, Rajasthan. What's the use of coming? Why they are coming to India? Yes, to survive the extreme, to escape from the cold climate. They are coming to India, and they will go back after in their own regions. The winter season over, they will go back. And this is known as migration. There are different types of migrating different animals to other places. We can study clearly in the live session. And thank you all of you for listening to my class.
Adaptations of polar bear. Polar bears possess special features to protect themselves against the extreme cold climate of polar regions. Some of the adaptations of polar bear are white fur. Polar bears have white fur so that they are not easily visible in the snowy white background. It protects them from their predators. Thick layer of fur. To protect them from extreme cold, they have two thick layers of fur. Fat layer. They also have a layer of fat under their skin which keeps their body warm. Wide and large paws. Its wide and large paws are useful for swimming as well as for walking on the snow. Let us now see How penguins are adapted to the climate of polar regions. Like polar bears, penguins also possess special features to protect themselves against the extreme cold climate of polar regions. Some of the adaptations of penguins are white skin. Like polar bears, penguins are also white, which makes them not easily visible in the snowy white background. It protects them from their predators. Thick skin. Penguins also have a thick skin and a lot of fat to protect it from cold. Huddle together. Penguins huddle together to keep their body warm. Streamlined body. Their bodies are streamlined and their feet have webs which help them in swimming.